Hello and welcome back to another guided meditation. I'm your host Asher. I am an expert at being and sitting, and I want to help you do the same. Today we will meditate like a tree and practice getting grounded. And no, we're not trying to avoid electrocution, and you're not in trouble. This caterpillar would have been, though. In mindfulness meditation, grounding is the ability to return and maintain your focus on something in your present experience. Focus is a skill that can be practiced, and I don't know about you, but I used to think that meant you need to hold as still as a tree, or try to keep your focus for as long as this live oak has been alive. But luckily you don't. So what's with the tree? Don't worry about it. Remember, you don't need a tree. You just need to be. On that note, please don't replicate any of the stunts you see here, except the meditating part. So how do I practice focus if I have trouble focusing? I found out that a good place to start is to practice, and you might not like this, being gentle with yourself. Sometimes being hard on ourselves can help us accomplish things or avoid negative consequences, but an overactive inner critic can also be counterproductive. And when it comes down to the natural ways your mind and body react to distracting situations, of course, there isn't anything you can do about it. But that also means you can do nothing about it. By just making some space to non-judgmentally allow thoughts and feelings to exist, you can grow past your reactivity, slowly but confidently. Sort of like a tree. Make sure that you are in a comfortable enough position to stay in for a while, but alert enough to not lose consciousness. You could imagine you're lying precariously on a soft, mossy branch, if that's not too much of a stretch. Start by taking a few deep breaths, allowing any tension to loosen in the main problem areas, like the face, neck, and shoulders. Close your eyes if that's comfortable, or leave them open, kind of randomly gazing. You can let your breathing return to normal and pick your home base, some sensation that's nice to pay attention to. Stick with that if you'd like, or follow along with this practice. We will be using mantras or repeated phrases to help with focus. The exact wording doesn't matter, so feel free to customize. Just hold the intention of sticking with the phrase and paying attention to it. And when you get lost, you gently come back. As you breathe in, say in your head, "I have tree nature." And as you breathe out, say, "I am solid on this earth." So, I have tree nature. I am solid on this earth. If it helps, you can say the words out loud, whispered, lip-synced, or closed-lip, tongue and teeth-synced, depending on your modesty. This can also give you a more tactile sensation to focus on. If you find this soothing and grounding, great, keep going. If troubles arise and you don't feel solid, that's fine too. You can use the original mantra to affirm whatever is there that is solid and nurture that. Or you can switch to a phrase that works better right now, like, I have tree nature. I am shaken by the wind. When you notice your attention has been pulled up into the clouds, there's no need to yank it back. You can always take the perspective that your attention will eventually bring itself back down to your home base in its own time, softly, like a leaf. If you'd like, you can point your focus at your internal distraction and say to it in a sort of objective but welcoming tone, something like, I feel you, or I am aware of this. Now for this last part, you can drop any mantras if you'd like, and do nothing in particular. If you want to stay with the home base a little longer, a good sensation for grounding could be the feeling of contacting the ground, or whatever is connecting you to the ground right now. Easy enough to remember. It's a pretty solid reminder that you're actually here on this planet, not acting in some play your mind is writing. On stormy days, the branches shake, but you can usually still find a trunk somewhere below, firmly rooted in the ground. Through whatever storm of thought you might find your mind, there is always an objective awareness that you can rest in. If you're ready, you can just let your attention do its thing. It worked hard. If your eyes were closed, this might be a good time to open them. So we know focus can be easy to lose, and that's probably adaptive. This helped keep our ancestors alive by staying aware of things in their surroundings that were trying to kill them. Today, most of us are lucky enough to live in a less deadly environment, but unlucky enough for much of that environment to incessantly vie for our attention. I think some of the best parts of our modern environment are the ones that don't care whether they have our attention or not. Studies have shown that spending time in green space can help our mental function or make us feel better. And we share a fraction of our DNA with trees. So if just being around them can do that much, imagine what being one can do. Thank you for practicing being a tree with me. Soft landings, and I'll see you next time.